What is up, man? How are you doing?
How's it going? I'm all right. How about you?
You froze up on me for a second.
Oh, shoot. Well, can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
I'm good. I am good. It's Tuesday. Glad to see everybody in chat already. Monica, Wild Japan.
Hey, guys.
Glad to have you.
Yeah. It's that time of year, man. We got people down with the sickness. So, I'm sure that there's more than a few out there probably in the chat. I've been hearing it. Rachel was sick all weekend. John is he's under the weather today, so he's not going to be joining us. And I think I'm getting sick. I need a day off.
Uh-oh. We're out, guys. See ya. No.
Yeah.
Now, we got some good topics tonight. We were just talking about one that blew my mind. If we had covered this in our 6 years of going live together, I have totally forgot.
Yeah, you know what? Hey, and thank you for bringing that up. And that's an excellent little segue. We're going to be getting to that. It's a fun topic of conversation. But first off, to kick things off the conversation, and first off, for anybody who's joining us after the fact, if you're watching this is no longer live, hey, we do this every single Tuesday. Thank you so much for hopping in, saying hi. Feel free, leave some comments down below if you have any questions about anything. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss an opportunity to come spend a Tuesday night with us. You can vent, hang out, have a drink with us to decompress from that first couple of days of the week. And our first topic of conversation tonight, so check this out. I'm going to share my screen. We're just jumping right into it, man, because we got a lot of things to do. We got a lot of things to talk about. We're going to be cramming them out tonight. Check this dude out. This gentleman, I'll scroll down in a second here and get his name and everything, but this gentleman caught this badass bass the other day. And it's the second time he's caught it. He caught the same fish a couple of years ago and got himself the sharelunker. And then I haven't read through to see how they identified it, but I'm sure it's got some markings on it, stuff like that. They were able to look at it in the photos. Can you believe that? Have you ever caught the same fish twice, Grant?
I actually can remember after we talked about this, because you shared the story. So it was February 19th of 2025 is when he caught this fish for the second time. It was 14.78 pounds. And he caught the first fish on February the 10th of 2023. And it was 13.22. So it grew from 13.22 to 14.78. From February 10th of 2023 to February 19th of 2025. That's a pound and a half. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
But yeah, I actually have caught one that comes to mind. I can remember for some reason I was into using the red Cajun fishing line at one time.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I had the red line on my spin cast reels, and I can remember a bass breaking me off using a red shad culprit worm, and it broke me off, and it wasn't 5-10 minutes later, I caught this fish again, still had my hook in his mouth and about 18 inches of line where my
you got your line back. You tie that line back on?
Yeah, so I think I changed line after that day. But no, I did catch that fish. He still had that worm, and it was the same worm that I'd retied on.
Didn't learn his lesson.
Caught him. He still had one in his mouth.
that hungry little fucker.
But that
one of the ones. Go ahead.
But I was going to say that was in the same day, so I know for sure. It still had my lure in its mouth, and then so my cousin Tim bait the hook. I don't think he's in here yet, but yeah, bait the hook. His dad had a pond called Chaparral up in the county northeast of here, and he had his grandpa. Actually, it was his pond. He had a big bass in it, and I'm wanting to say he named it Mo. We'd all caught it a couple times. We know it because it was the only big bass in there. I'm wanting to say it was like 28 inches or something crazy. That's my story. I'm sticking to it, but no.
No, it was a solid 38. I know how to play that game.
But yeah, other than that, I can't think of for sure, this fish is marked up or a certain thing or a certain tag like that, like they do in Texas, the share lunker. That's pretty neat.
So I got a couple of stories like that. One, we got a video about, so I won't go too deep into that. We caught and it wasn't even like catching the same fish twice. We had we were on a snapper trip. We got a video about this on the channel. It was a snapper trip we did out of Houston. It was with Ben here when we were doing that snapper run. Rachel caught a monster snapper, and it got hung up in the prop of the boat. And we thought he broke off, he was gone, but somebody else accidentally hooked him when they were reeling in their bait. And so they brought him up to the boat, and we were able to gaff it, get it in. I was able to retrieve the line that she had lost on that deal. And that's that was unique. It was really nice because it was the second biggest snapper caught that trip. But I'll tell you what, the one that stands out to me more than just about any other time I've experienced anything like that was when we were up at Saginaw Bay, you, me, and John, and we were fishing. We were out on that jetty, and it was
That's right.
Janet that had caught that bass. I
know
we talked about it before.
Janet had one break her line off. That's right.
And we saw the bobber going around the jetty, and you were trying to hook that bobber and try to get him back in. Then the guy on the other side of the jetty caught that same bass.
Right.
And we had to go rough him up to catch it, to take that fish from him.
Yeah. He was using a totally different lure than Janet was using, but apparently that bass was hungry. Yeah, that's neat. 14.7. That's a big bass.
Mark got a beaver twice.
Well, if he gets out of the trap the first time, then he gets caught the second time. I guess that's catching him twice.
Yeah, that counts. We had one other story that I got about that was a funny one that we had. And I didn't catch this fish twice, but it got caught twice. We were fishing this oil rig, and we had this. We've been out for like a couple of days and all this stuff. There's this guy. I'm not going to say his name. He's a charter captain that tends to piss us off from time to time. He's just like he's got like this cheap boat, like it's all beat to hell. I hadn't even seen it in a while. It's probably broke down now. But the dude is notorious for like coming up on you when you're fishing, and he'll like tie off right next to you. You'll be out there fishing, and that dude will be bumping up against you. Drop 30 lines in the water, fish the place out in about 30 minutes, and then move on to the next oil rig where he sees a boat tied up, like he just makes no bones about it. So this guy was, kind of not following us per se, but he was bouncing around at the same rigs that we were one day. We were at this one spot. We see him coming. We're like, nope, we're out. So we move on to this next spot. And then at the end of the day, we came back to that same spot. He's gone. We decided we're going to go ahead and fish it then. And as we're fishing, my dad hooked into something, and he reels up. I've got it sitting right over here. He reels up this it's a nice TLD. It's a, $200 reel. But it's an obvious, the rod is an obvious charter fisherman. It wasn't even charter. It's a party boat rod because he's running a party boat. So we pull up this rod, and it's still got line out, and there's something doing that on the rod. There's something kicking at the end of it. So we reeled it in, and the dude had like a 16-inch hard head on the end of the line. Well, effectively, this party boat captain lost a rod to a hard head, and then we caught his rod. We collected his hard head, just to add insult to injury, and then we were able to walk away with his TLD.
Nice.
So that's probably the best experience I've had like that.
Right. Did you actually snag the rod or the line?
Yeah, I got. I think he snagged the line, but he was able to. He got the rod up first, and then we fought the hard head in.
Right. Damn.
Hmm.
Same pike twice. That's neat.
What's up, Gunpoint? Good to see you, man. So another topic of conversation, and I wasn't ready. Like I was actually going to be doing and I will be doing a whole thing on this on my channel. I'm going to be putting a lot of work and effort into videos this year, so they're going to take a little bit of time to finish. And one of the things that I'm going to be covering on that channel, which is about to come to a reality as soon as this stream is over. Hey there, Joking. Good to see you, sir. Appreciate you coming and hanging out with us. And yeah, Gunpoint, we're going to be seeing a lot of your stuff in just a minute here. Absolutely. So everybody here gets like the inside scoop on the whole deal. We were really, really inspired by the work that Grant here had done when he got his ranch, his farm. And so we were like not about to let him get away and be the only one who was able to like pull that off and accomplish it. I have paperwork in hand for 5 acres that we're going to be purchasing here as soon as this stream is over, and that is going to be Ranch de Orchard or something like that. I don't know. We're pretty stoked about it. I'm going to get 5 acres. We're going to be moving out there, building a house, doing the whole thing. God knows what kind of pitfalls await us on that whole ordeal. But I'm pretty excited about that. But it opens up an interesting topic of conversation. We were considering getting a second lot, and financially it just wasn't really doable. It wasn't something that we were going to be able to afford. We were looking at different possibilities, and it just got a little apprehensive about the finances on that whole thing. But the thing is, in Texas, you need 10 acres to legally hunt, and apparently, I didn't know this until right before the stream, you have to have 10 acres in order to discharge a firearm. I wasn't aware of that one. So we're going to have a little chat about that because...
Yes, Stanley had mentioned that you got to have 10 acres to hunt. And I was like, dude, what? Yeah, it's awesome, Stanley. Congratulations. 5 acres is awesome. You can do a heck of a lot on 5 acres. We're gonna, after we talk about the gun part, we'll have to look up the archery and anything else. If you could use anything else to actually hunt. Like, can you use a slingshot or a pellet gun?
You gotta be able to use a slingshot. You got to. And I know that like you're able. So here's a bummer: you're able to hunt rabbits and squirrels like year round here. And right. I highly expect that. I can't even tell you the garden I'm about to have.
Right.
Like I'm really like looking forward to being able to do that. And just FYI for everybody here, I need everybody to swear, or at the very least understand. I want pinky promises from every single person in the chat right now, and anybody who's watching this after the fact. I am going to be doing hunting videos on my channel. Okay, so for future reference, this is 10 acres. For anybody who's watching videos on the channel, you're not allowed to say a word.
Right, but yeah, so the AI overview says many counties in Texas have a 10-acre minimum for hunting or discharging firearms. If you want to shoot a rifle or a pistol, your land needs to be at least 50 acres. No firearms may be discharged within 500 feet of Capitol buildings. It is illegal to discharge a firearm towards a residence or across public roadway. That's everywhere.
Oh, I didn't know that one. Not that I go out doing it, but I didn't know that. A public roadway. Well, I mean, I don't know if my road is public. It's got to be public, right? I don't know.
Yeah, I'd say most roadways are public. Let's see.
We have all the oil field stuff down here, and like this is a subdivision, so like the area that we're buying into is a ranch. They divided up into a couple of different lots, and so I don't know.
You definitely need to check that county. See what the rules are, because it's not all counties. It said most counties of Texas. So.
Oh yeah. Hey, you know what? Let me check. Let me see. That's a good question. Let's see what the old Chat GPT says, because they're never wrong. How many? How would I say this? Can I hunt on my land in B County, Texas?
Pigram, what's up?
Got to own the land, hunting license, got to have hunter education. After 71. Okay, yeah. Ag limits, yeah. Safety zones. They don't say anything about 10 acres in B County. Chat GPT doesn't. I'll take that that's all I needed to hear.
Yeah, there you go.
Do this. No laws about property size and using firearms on 3 acres. So in Texas, this is interesting to me because in Texas, hunting is a different ball game here, and I'm really jealous of you guys up north. Like my brother-in-law used to do a lot of hunting up in Wisconsin, and they're hunting on like 10 acres, and that's like a big badass piece of land that he's able to hunt on. And we don't have public land like everybody else does to hunt. Like it exists, but I'm going to have to drive for 2 hours to get to it. It's not something that you're going to regularly find just all over the place. I thought that was because of all the ranches and the way that, in the 1800s, they divided up the state, just made it to where you aren't going to come across it. But I'm guessing now that maybe knowing that this is a rule, if you can hunt 3 acres up in Minnesota and I have to have 10 acres here, maybe that's one of the reasons why it's so hard to find that public land.
Right. Probably. And then, so I looked up, can you bow hunt? How many acres do you need to bow hunt in Texas? And it says some counties and municipalities may prohibit hunting on properties that are 10 acres or smaller. In unincorporated areas of a county, hunting with bows and arrows is prohibited on lots that are 10 acres or smaller.
So it's
violating these provisions may result in a Class C misdemeanor.
Oh, so that's one of those. It's like the slap on the wrist.
Right, just basically a ticket.
Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of like, don't do that.
Right. No minimum draw requirement for archery in Texas.
What does that mean, minimum draw? I'm not familiar with that.
So I think Illinois, it's 45 pounds.
Okay. That's like you can't hunt deer with a 22.
No, draw requirement on the bow. So like when I pull back my bow at 70 pounds, I think the minimum is 45 pounds. So like they want you to shoot they think your bow should be shooting at least 45 pounds worth of force.
Yeah.
To kill the deer ethically.
Yeah, and that makes sense. It's like I'm not familiar with it because I haven't done archery hunting.
Right.
But it's the same idea as like you don't want to use a 22 to hunt deer because you're just going to end up like injuring them, and you're not going to.
Yeah, unless you shoot them in the eye or above the ear. You shoot them in the ear with a 22, they're going to.
Are you allowed to hunt with a 22 up there?
No, I've just heard that from people that if you shoot one, my grandpa, he used to shoot them right in the ear with the 22 in a different state than I'm in.
Same here. I have people who I know who have hunted them with a 22, and like you said, there's a way you can do it ethically.
Right. Yeah, they just fall dead.
Doesn't Texas have a rule about the land is only counted if it is not interrupted by a public road? I'm not familiar with that, but that sounds right to me.
Okay.
I think jokingly, when we were kids, my parents, they got the land that they're on now, and jokingly we were, throwing on the idea of buying this land that was across the street. We used to hunt there anyway, but it was like if we bought it, then wouldn't we, own the road, and we were going to put up like a little toll for all of our neighbors to have to go through.
Right.
But obviously roads being public, and that land wouldn't count as like the same patch of land.
By the way, there's only one video that pops up on YouTube and Google search is how many acres do you need to hunt in Texas? And it's got 99,000 views. That might be a good video for you.
Oh, Grant, thank you for the heads up on that. That may be exactly the direction I go with that video, or with the video that I'm going to make about that land announcement. And if not, it maybe is something that I will be discussing, having learned this here and now.
Right.
God, dude.
Yeah. Maybe hopefully the county you're in, it's all good for 5 acres. I doubt
it. I've heard this before. I doubt it, but I'm going to look into it. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask Google. What is B County, Texas?
Yeah, BEE, B County. Yeah, what do we say? Hey, Terry, good to see you, sir. There's a gray area when it comes to the size of land for hunting. They even acknowledge in the rules. That's interesting. Hopefully I fall in that gray area, because I love myself a good loophole. Yeah. In California, the bow has to cast the arrow over 100 yards.
Yeah, I've seen that. That's pretty interesting.
Different way of doing it. California's a little different. I actually kind of respect that. I'm okay. I don't know what kind of draw weight you would need to fire an arrow that far, but I assume it's enough to, kill a deer. Monica, thank you so much for that, man. We appreciate what you do for us. Thank you. It's also weird seeing you on your, what is that? You said it was your business account? Work account.
She didn't want to have to work tonight. She didn't come in with the wrench account.
That's funny. I respect that. Man, I'm wondering now if I would be able to do like rabbits and stuff. I mean, if I'm not allowed to do archery, they're probably.
I was looking at the tpwd.texas.gov.
Yep, TPAW.
And they've got a lot of regulations. I was trying to just skim it to see something about acreage in different counties. It says no person can use a crossbow in Collin, Dallas, Grayson, or Rockwall County.
Okay, I thought there was stipulations for I thought that was for like senior citizens or something. Like they were able to do that.
Falconry is permitted. That's pretty sweet.
What's that?
Falconry.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah, that would be sweet. I just got to catch me a falcon.
I'm sure there's somebody that needs one rehabilitated.
Yeah, for sure. Gib noob, sorry. If you find yourself up in the great northern outdoors, I'll keep a spot open on the canoe for you. I really, really appreciate that. And I'm adding you to like my little note that I keep back here of people who have like made that offer. One of these days, like I'm really shy and everything, so I don't like setting things up in advance. But what I'll end up doing is just like being on your doorstep, and I'm totally going to hold you to this at the most inopportune time. And I thank you for the offer, because I would really love to get up your direction and do some stuff.
Would be awesome.
Yeah, Minnesota. That's something that we all need to do together. Is something like Minnesota, Montana.
Yeah, I think I'm a lot closer to Minnesota than I am Montana, but I don't know. I'd have to look. I don't think I've ever seen how far Minnesota. I know to Mike in North Dakota, it was like 14 hours.
Yeah, that stuff. Standing thing on this, like one of these days, if and when, if I was, I'll tell you right now, I've said this before, and I stand behind it because it is the plan. If my channel was to ever make it to where, if I was to ever have something viral pop, and I don't know what kind of viral pop is required for, to follow through with this, but I promise you, the thing that I intend on doing is, if that ever happens, the first thing we're going to do is we are going to rent out an entire freaking hotel. I say Cozumel, it might be Florida, just to make this more accessible for everybody, but I'm going to rent out a whole damn hotel. Everybody's coming down, and we're going to film the biggest damn YouTube fishing collaboration that has ever been done. That is goal priority number one.
Heck yeah, I'm on board. I don't know that I would fly with all these. I'm not much on flying anymore. Driving's even crazy, man. These people are driving fools.
I hear that.
Mark drove right past my exit last weekend and didn't even stop to get a picture with Superman.
Dude, one of these, that's another thing, dude, is I talk about that whole Florida thing, which I'm absolutely dead set on doing. But also, we did that a couple years ago. We talk about it, and it's been a couple of years. We need to pull it off, especially now that John's retired and he needs to be hosting this stuff more. But we need to make another run up to Michigan. And part of that run needs to include running to, Illinois, go see Mark. It needs to be, I know we don't see a whole lot of him, Henry Mosley up in, he's Kentucky, right?
Man, have you followed Henry on Instagram?
No, I haven't. I don't
think he's been active in Discord either that I've seen, but yeah, he got on with a hunting crew to film, so he's been in New York, and
good for him. I know he was working hard at doing that.
Yeah, he's been living life, living a dream, really, I think, is the way it looked. Yeah, he just posted on Instagram maybe last week, this is why I've been quiet. I've been up here doing this, living my dream.
Good for him. That boy, just FYI, just so we're setting the record straight on this, that boy joined our crew at 100 subscribers. I think he had 20 subscribers. He might have had 7 subscribers. So he's part of our crew. We found him first.
Yep. He's the OG outdoors crew.
Yep.
Yeah, Monica's got her picture with Superman.
I can offer one shoulder. I need surgery on this one, but I can definitely offer you one shoulder, and I will give you everything that the other one has, period, bar none. I'm not a weakling, but I'll be transparent about that. Yes, that's I did not mean to discount you on that. There's a few names that we need to hit up along the way. He's not in here right now, but another one that's high on my list, I want to go see Yank Your Crank up in Oklahoma.
That I definitely want to do too. I haven't talked to him in a while. I sent him a happy birthday last week.
Oh, I didn't catch his birthday, and I don't have social media keeping me informed. I am going to be giving him a call later tonight, though. He wanted to have a chat, and we got a project that we are working on for August that requires that much time in advance notice. So it's going to be a good one. Please keep your fingers crossed. Say some prayers for me that we can pull this one off. It's going to be a good one.
Yes, indeed.
I'm a fisherman. Only hunted once. Got some rabbits. My ex-wife made rabbit stew. When I was growing up, that was the thing. We would hunt rabbits across the street, and it was I don't even know what it was. We would get, man, if we got 3 rabbits, it was just a wonderful night. It was a Christmas time thing. It became a bit of a tradition on Christmas time, and we would get a couple of rabbits. And my mom had a stew that a recipe that was handed down to her from my grandmother from Germany at Hassenpfeffer. And I don't think it was anything more than just rabbit, potatoes, salt and pepper. I don't know, but it is one of the best damn stews I ever had in my life. And I actually haven't had it in a little while. Peter, what's up, dude? Peter can talk about it. Peter, we're talking Hassenpfeffer, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That rabbit stew was something else.
I'm pretty sure I haven't had a rabbit since I was young, like less than 10 probably. But I know it's supposed to be one of the best meats for you.
I agree, Monica, and thank you. He is doing for anybody who's interested in like fun live stream with he talks about pop culture. He talks about a lot of comic books. He's working on a comic book, and he's working with a lot of excellent comic book creators, names that you've heard of. Pete Orchard Studios. That is his project that he's doing right now. He goes live way too much. So if that's something you're interested in, check him out. It's a good stream. It's a little bit more offensive than what we do here in a good way.
Very high energy.
Yeah, very high energy. There's a lot more alcohol involved in his streams, but they're worth it. They're fun.
Lisa.
Miss Elliott. Wait.
Yep.
So this is how your evening should go. Is hypothetically, plan for this in the future. We've got that acreage. I'm going to be hunting rabbits on my 10 acres. I'm going to make some Hassenpfeffer. Like we'll do a video. We're going to hunt some rabbits. We're going to do a hunting video. I'm going to add a little bit of that into the channel, what we're doing. I'm going to make some Hassenpfeffer. We'll live stream like cooking the rabbit and doing some stuff on there. And then after we've got good and lubed up, we'll head over to Peter's channel and just talk a bunch of shit about what's going on in the world, comic books, art, whatever. That's how your evening should go.
Sounds like a plan.
Where are you at, Mr. Lopez? Because I don't foresee gun laws changing anytime soon right now. That is not something that is a focus.
It says, yeah, rabbits can be snared in Texas. They're a non-game animal in Texas and can be hunted at any time. So, yeah, you could set up some snares.
Did you say that earlier? I think you did. Oh, no, it was Terry that was talking about Oklahoma, California. Okay. So California is a different ballgame when it comes to guns. Guns in Texas are a totally different ballgame. We have a little bit of a different point of view on guns. So I think nationally, I don't foresee anything changing, but I will say of the places that are most volatile on gun control, California is going to be number one, obviously.
It says air guns with a minimum size of 30 caliber, arrow guns, foothold, body gripping style, live or box traps, dogs, lawful archery equipment, electronic or handheld calls, artificial light, falconry are other methods for rabbits in Texas.
Huh. You were talking about snares a minute ago, and I'll be doing that. Like I'm all down for that. I think that's something that you kind of need to know how to do.
Yeah.
I didn't know you could snare rabbits and stuff. Texas is, and I thought it was kind of a national thing, but I know Texas is, I don't know the rules, but I know they're really picky on putting out traps. I don't remember what the specifics are.
Yeah, that's what it says. Fur-bearing animals may be legally taken with firearms, foothold, body gripping style, live or box traps, dog snares, all that. And what else did it say? You don't have
We'll
to
be playing with that then. After
Oh, there
brushing
it
the
is.
off the old figure 4.
Rabbit stew. It said landowners or their agents can take nuisance fur-bearing animals on their land without a hunting or trapping license.
Wow, really? Nuisance fur-bearing animals like whitetail.
Rabbits are considered. Well, let's see. What all are the nuisance-bearing?
They're all food.
What are the nuisance-bearing animals in Texas? Fur-bearing. I needed to add that in there.
Yeah, I'm curious because they're all like maybe skunk. Like skunk and armadillo, probably not going to add them to the old list. Otherwise, I mean, what, raccoon? I'll eat a raccoon.
coyotes, raccoons, foxes, skunks, beavers, feral hogs. Wait,
Really? You can hunt feral hogs without a hunting license?
let me see. Make sure before I tell you.
That can't be right.
Raccoons, squirrels, possums, snakes.
I mean, it's no holds barred. Like you can hunt, like I thought if you had a hunting license, they'd give feral hogs the most limited amount of rules. That's one of those you can just destroy. You hunt them at night. You hunt them with what is that? Thermal scopes. You hunt them with a machine gun out of a helicopter. But I
Right.
still thought that you had to have the rules.
Yeah, this other site also adds nutria. Looks like a big rat,
Mm-hmm.
but it's illegal. It's illegal to do it on somebody else's land without their permission,
Okay.
and it's illegal to sell live raccoons without a license.
Really? Okay. Interesting.
Oh.
California, you can hunt feral hogs. You're a nuisance and too many. Same in Texas. Like we can just lay waste. And it makes sense. Like I could trap them. I could trap hogs on that land. I don't think we're going to have enough running through where I would be able to, but we could do that.
Huh. Yeah, it'd be neat to know. That'd be another good topic, since we usually talk about Texas fishing. Of course, we need to find out for sure about the 10 acres or less, other than me just Googling. And
We might need to do another dedicated stream to this conversation.
definitely, we still got a little bit of time before we look at pictures, but
Oh, yeah. We're good on that.
yeah, that's pretty.
I will say on this idea right here, so Wild Japan, dude, I always thought it'd be cool to take different traditional spear types and try spearing hogs to see how they work. I respect that, and I would try something like that myself. Like you're kind of speaking my language, but I will say I have a healthy respect for hogs, at least the feral hogs. The it's not feral, but the feral hogs. Javelinas, if you got like 3 of them, that could be like fun. They're really squirrely. They're really skittish, so it's hard to get close to them at all. If you could get into them with a spear, that would be cool. But man, if you're talking like a pack of 20 of those guys, or if you're talking those big feral hogs, I would not really want to have much to do with that, because those guys can get kind of vicious.
Yeah, I'll do a little bit more research on that and see. It'd be neat even to know what animals you can take without a license.
Yeah, it would. I didn't know that was a thing, so I would be curious about that. What constitutes what species identify as nuisance fur bearing? I'd like to know. Monica, you said a minute ago, did you all hear about all live streams only staying on platforms for 30 days and then they are going to be removed? I haven't heard that. That is not something that has flown under my radar. I will keep an eye out for that if I see anything that does go against some of the things that I've seen on YouTube. And that's not to say it's not accurate, but I have some issues. So I have some hangups believing that that's going to be the case on YouTube.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't worry about that, at least just yet. I wouldn't see that being an issue.
Ringtail. Do you ever see any ring-tailed cats?
I did once. We were at Lake LBJ. If you the playlist on my channel of like places to go in Texas, there's a fishing video where we were at Lake LBJ, and I don't think it's actually in the video. I filmed it, and it might be in the video, but it was like 2:00 in the morning. We were at this house. We've been fishing all day. I had my video filmed. We were filming actually at the time. No, I might not have filmed it because we were recording a podcast. And in the middle of that podcast, one of those ringtails, first time I'd ever seen one, was in the tree right in front of us. And we were blitzed. Like we had so much to drink that night. I don't even know if I published the podcast episode because it was probably just a jumbled mess. but that was the time that we saw one. Oh, Peter says we filmed. Yeah, so this is what was happening. So we filmed it for 20 minutes before we realized that it wasn't recording.
Oh, shoot.
One of those nights.
Yeah, I don't know. We're going to have to do a little more research because it looks like on the Texas Parks and Wildlife showing there's recreational harvest from September 1st to August 31st. But then commercial harvest, there's actual dates for the nutria and the beaver. And it says all other fur bearers are November 1st to March 31st. So that's for regular trapping.
Something I'm gonna have to brush. I'm gonna have to get brushed up on all that stuff. I'm gonna have to know what I'm doing.
Yeah, that might be if you're selling the furs. I don't know.
Yeah.
But neat. So definitely blows my mind that you're supposed to have 10 acres to hunt on. That's just crazy to me.
I didn't even know it was that big of a thing. Like, I had a lease a couple years ago that we tried to do, didn't work out for us. But that was like 10 acres, and that was just, to me, was always like the first question that you ask: well, do you have 10 acres? Looking for somebody who has 10 acres and needs some hogs removed.
Right. Well, it's 40 acres for landowners permit here. So you get like free tags to shoot deer and turkeys and whatever else.
Oh, okay.
You have at least 40 acres.
Okay. That's new to me. I'm learning, and I appreciate everybody here. Grant, appreciate you giving me like some insight and information on this because I'm learning a lot tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So Monica, I know I will ask some questions. I will figure that out for you, and I will give you a definite answer ASAP. I will get you an answer on that because I can get that answer pretty quick. I don't foresee that happening. I don't foresee that being a thing. A lot of live streams out there are, we're all aware that there's a lot of live streams out there that they don't have a whole lot of value after they are no longer live. That's one of the things that we try to focus on with what we're doing here is making it so that there is some kind of value for anybody who's watching when it's no longer live. Like when we're talking about topics like the having to have 10 acres of land for hunting in Texas, talking about topics like the gentleman who caught his bass twice. One of the reasons that we do that is so that it makes this conversation, something that you can watch even though we're not able to address it. There are a lot of people who do that very, very well, and it makes their live streams very valuable after the fact, like news organizations and stuff like that will do it. For that reason, I don't foresee them being able to remove them from the platform.
I signed.
You signed on the land? You got it. Did you hear that?
She signed it?
She signed them. We own 5 acres.
Seriously, when she first walked up, it took a double take to see if it was Rachel or Savvy. I was like, oh, that's
But hey, take it back a step there, Grant. I'm the one that's supposed to be earning points here.
No, I'm serious.
On my toes.
For a second, it was like, that's Savvy. No, that's Rachel.
We got 6 deer? No, 6 deer come with the land.
Sweet.
Those are, FYI, those are fur-bearing nuisance animals. And on this 10 acres that we own.
We only own. You better not put it.
I told everybody in the stream that we have that they're on the know. They know what's going on, but also we're going to be filming hunting videos. So it's.
Buys the next one.
You ever seen that episode of South Park where they're like, you're only allowed to hunt if you're protecting yourself. So anytime you go to shoot an animal, you have to say it's coming right for us.
Oh, yeah, I have. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Peter. I'm stoked about that. I didn't even have to sign anything. I don't know how that works out, but I'm not going to argue.
Wow. Pretty neat.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep. Spoke it into existence. That's all it takes.
Right? Exactly. Now let's work on that next 5/8. Now we got to work on. We're going to build a house there, and that is going to be a monumental headache. So, looking forward to that.
Right.
What do y'all say we take a look at some pictures?
I'd love to.
I would too. So we had a little thing going in the Discord server. It's wintertime. You know, it's February. It's a little bit hard for some of us to get out and get into some good fishing and doing that whole thing. So to have some fun with that tonight, we're going to do this. We're going to celebrate fake photographs of the week. This is courtesy of the premier fishing and hunting Discord server. If you are not a member, you need to jump in and have some fun with this, because we do this kind of stuff all the time, and we enjoy living vicariously through your experiences. Whether or not they're real, it doesn't matter. So kicking things off here, first and foremost, these are all of the AI monstrosities that were generated for the server this week. Starting off with Dark Soldier, who got himself a really good pike and a fairly decent crappie this week. And apparently Dark Soldier looks like Sven from Frozen.
Yeah, I mean, I can't believe the size of that crappie.
It's not bad, right? He did good. Peter, you should have submitted, dude. Come on, man. That would have been perfect.
Dang it. Who's holding his rod in the crappie picture?
That's I don't know. Dark Soldier, where are you at, dude? We need your answers on this. It's a little out of, that rod is a little out of frame. Yeah, interesting stuff. I know.
Watch out for them teeth on that thing. Yeah.
I think he made a little visit to Chernobyl or something.
Oh, it's bear and a raccoon fishing. I didn't see those.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have a lot of exposition on this. So apparently Toxics, he enjoys doing a little sturgeon fishing. And you might be a rule where you have to dress up like a bear in order to do it. Which would explain why, you know, he made a little trip to Hawaii and got himself a great white shark dressed as a raccoon.
Very nice. I thought those were his pets, maybe.
Oh, yeah. He's a family guy. That makes sense.
Nice trip.
Yeah. Next up, we got Jaw Rules and Scorch. Now, Scorch, that was not an easy trip from everything that I recall him talking about. It was some inclement weather.
Yeah, it looked like he was a one-man show. I don't know who got the picture for him, but very nice, very nice.
Jaw Rule, this is before the shed. I don't know how big, I don't know if he actually landed the fish.
Yeah, it looks like the pole's in the water, and
he's got some drag on there.
Yeah, and it looks pretty shallow as well, so I'm not sure, but
it's a nice little hole that he found.
Yeah, it's a pretty picture for sure.
It's a nice spot. I'd be curious about going and hitting that up and seeing what else is available in that hole.
That's a neat one.
And then Bailey, I'll be honest with you, I don't know what the fuck to say about this. Where do you go for those 5-handed deer, 4-hoofed, one-handed deer?
Yeah, I haven't seen those before. I don't want to run into one of those, actually. I don't want to see one of those.
Yeah, again, I think that's like some kind of Chernobyl thing, and I don't know. I don't know what's up with that duck, dude.
She's not very happy with the fish for some reason.
Yeah, that you know, I understand that those Snook bass. I guess if it's eating your baby, maybe that's what's going on. Oh
yeah, I thought that might be a lure. Okay.
Oh yeah, maybe
saving its buddy. Is that a free? I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on there, dude. I got nothing. Gibnoob and Toxic's barrel. So that looks exactly like some of the pictures we are actually going to be seeing from Gibnoob here shortly. Toxic's barrel, dude, you need to upgrade your line weight, I think.
Wow.
That's it. Just wow.
Wow.
That's what we got on that. Wow. And then we got Casual Pike Enjoyer, who is, and Scorch here, who are just going like, I guess, like all American on this deal. This is like, I don't know how you're getting these summertime experiences like this in February, but kudos to you guys.
Yeah, they've got to be in Florida or Hawaii. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Florida.
Those Hawaiian yellow perch.
Yeah. I'll say with the eagle and the hot dog and all that, they're probably Florida around the Alabama line.
Yeah. That's fun. Good morning, Aeon. Good to see you, sir. Appreciate you coming and hanging out with us.
Cheers. Good morning.
All right. So those are all of our incredible AI machinations. Now it is time to take a look at the gentlemen who were actually able to get outdoors and get themselves some fresh air and find themselves some amazing catches. We're starting off with Wild Japan, because that's just about one of the best ways that we can start things whenever we're doing these photographs. This is Kamakura, Japan. He went all over the place. Again, there's no way we can post all the photos that he did because he was just having one adventure after another.
He is definitely an outdoorsman.
Yes, sir. 100%. And then he followed it up with Enoshima Island.
Very beautiful.
Gorgeous, man. And again, he just had 1,000 shots of this that was like all kinds of stuff going on. Just all of the stuff that you could see.
Yeah, the different lighting is like it's a different places. It's just different views. I'd love to go to Japan just to look, but man, I don't know if I can fly over there.
And this was the other thing that I just can't do justice on. And if you haven't already done so, I had a heinous day, I'm not going to lie. But I am assuming we're going to get a video on all of this stuff from Wild Japan explaining all this, because every single one of these, we're looking at the photograph, but like that prior one, you know, we see this gorgeous, like this pass in the woods. So apparently this is a place where Nita's army failed to take during the siege of Kamakura. No way I'm pronouncing that right. But every one of these photos, like, they're really gorgeous. They all have like these amazing stories behind them. And that's the thing that you're missing here. And that's why you need to be checking out his channel and joining us in the Discord server. There's a lot more going on than meets the eye.
Yep. Good stuff.
EVR got himself a really pretty picture of just a red-tailed hawk hanging out in the snow.
Really?
We need to enjoy these shots because I think we are about to start winding down on the snow stuff. So enjoy it while you can, because we've got spring break stuff coming up here really quick.
I hope so. I'm tired of it.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I'm ready for some nice summertime action. Kicking things off, we have a slew of new records in the server that just got introduced. People were getting out there and they're getting into them, and we're kicking it off with Gibnoob, who got himself a 21.5-inch walleye, and that is a new server record. That is our 2025 record walleye right now.
Congratulations, Gibnoob. That's awesome.
Yeah. And also the way that he goes about doing it, like he's got the dog sled, he's digging himself like a little micro pool, little cold dip, and then he's out there in his in the shack that he puts up on the ice, start to finish. Just a fun adventure, being able to go out and enjoy, you know, seeing that from him.
Heck yeah. It's crazy. He's got 6 dogs.
Yeah, right. A couple of other records that we have for the server. A 19-inch rainbow trout is currently the server record, courtesy of Cold Water Species Enthusiast. And Iowa fisherman, that's our guy Gunpoint Llama's got himself a 17.25-inch master angler white bass.
Congratulations.
Oh, Gibdoob says he's got 12
dogs. Nice.
Hell yeah.
All kinds of good cuddles.
Right? And you need to take some of those pictures with those fish with the dogs. You need to include them. Little hint, man. Dogs are going to, like dogs in a photo with you and a good fish is a selling point.
Very nice.
Oh, there he is. Cold Water Species Enthusiast. The brown is 19. The rainbow is 17.5.
Okay.
Good catches, man. Good eating. Then we got Vinny Damiani doing it right down in Rio de Janeiro.
Sweet.
Yeah. We're all up here like doing this ice fishing stuff, and he's over here doing this.
Heck yeah. Looks fun.
Yeah. Need a little bit more of that in my life right now, I'm not going to lie.
There we go.
Yes, sir.
That picture on the left, you'd have to zoom in, but that bug is missing an antler, and then of course the one on the right you can tell is missing an antler.
Yeah, I can't I don't have the thing to zoom on that, I'm afraid.
It's all good. It's all good. I was just saying, but yeah, they're losing antlers. The snow hopefully all melted today. I'd say in the shady spots there's probably still some, but for the most part the snow should be gone. So it'll be a muddy mess. It's supposed to rain again tomorrow, but hopefully it doesn't rain a whole lot because we need it to dry out. So I'm going to look for some antlers, hopefully find some sheds.
Exactly right. One more from, or a couple of more from Cold Water Species Enthusiast. The 11.25-inch yellow perch is currently our server record, and then Gibnoob got himself that stud.
Wow. Guys are catching a bunch of fish, some nice fish.
Yep. Lizard
nice
guy
pop.
Got himself a little squid or a cuttlefish.
Yeah, that's neat looking. Some nice perch, nice pile. I guess the pile up there was cold water.
Yep.
Nice, good job, man.
Oh, and that was a 16-inch rainbow. Sorry, I wasn't aware of that, man, but good catch on that. And a 34. He says 34 inches. He says 34, and I'm not discounting it, but his ruler stopped at 30 inches.
Gotcha.
So there's that. What fish is that with the black stripes? The one on the left that's being held up, that's a yellow perch. And then the one on the right is a pike. Above that is his rainbow trout. Lizard's guy fish, I'm assuming that's a cuttlefish. I'm not sure. It's kind of hard to see. It's a squid or a cuttlefish. We got fish guy Josh, an Iowa fisherman. That's our boy Gunpoint Llama. Because he just wasn't done catching himself that white bass. He had to go out and get a black bass as well. And fish guy, well, I mean, he's just soaking up some sun.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Some good crappie in the ice.
And Josh, you got yourself a awesome photographer who deserves a huge pat on the back for that shot.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I could see that in the finals.
We all wish we had that.
Yeah. Hey.
And Grant, that was your Monday?
That was my Monday. Yes, Monday morning. It was pretty interesting. My best snow goose hunt, which this is my second year snow goose hunting. That was the same guy in the same spot as last year, except last year we had like 1,000 socks. This year he's got 25 dozen full bodies. And man, they look awesome. Just you can see the ice right here on the edge. Well, behind me there on the decoys, behind the decoys, like to our back, it was just nothing but a sheet of ice. So it was, I think it was kind of making the geese wary, but we had a few come in. It was fun. Got six. It was. Last year we had one, I think, on 3 different occasions, and that was it. So,
any chance we got that on camera? We can see a video.
Man, I've got footage for sure. I had the 360.
That's what I wanted to hear.
So I haven't taken a look at any of it. I had to. I just didn't have it in me last night to look at it. So. But I should have some decent footage.
Nice.
But yeah, it was fun.
Aeon, you're not going to be able to go too big with that. But yeah, 1,000 size reel, you can still make it happen. So long as it's, as it can handle salt water. Because a lot of reels, especially in that size, are not going to be, they're not going to have like stainless steel screws and stuff. So they're going to rust out real fast. Other than that, if it's just there's a lot of fish that you can catch with that. All right, guys, that is our photos that we're going to be looking at this week. Now we need to determine who is going to be the next addition to our 2025 Wall of Fame and who is going to be our fisherman or our photographer of the week. Our options this week are going to be Father and Son Fishing, that's Josh with that nice black drum. Vinny Damiani with the big O stud. Snook out of Rio de Janeiro. And Gibnoob with that stud. Let us know in the chat now who we need to add to our 2025 Wall of Fame. And mindful, there were some other good catches that we had in there. Be aware all of the server record fish are going to be added to the Wall of Fame so long as they are the records of the server at the end of the year. So those guys are automatically admitted. We'll vote in just a second. We'll start counting votes in just a second.
Oh shoot! Why am I logged in as Janet?
Cheating.
No, she done. She had already voted, eh? So she said, "I didn't vote twice." That's so weird.
Gibnoob, it's okay to be biased, bro. You're here. You get to support yourself. There ain't nothing wrong with that. Anybody wants to bring their friends, we're not going to argue.
For sure. It's been done. Girlfriends pop in and vote. It's like, where'd you come from?
You know what? Speaking of which, Gibnoob, dude, you get my vote on that.
Nice.
You guys got about 30 seconds. Cast your votes. Get them in now. If you have friends that you want brought in on this whole deal, bring them in. Now's the time to do it. Father Son Fishing, that is a classic. That is a very gentleman move, sir.
Yep. Nice fish. Nice picture. Looks like a great day.
Yeah, every single one of them. I want each one of these experiences.
The A and the B look a lot warmer than C, but he's probably got a nice heater in that tent.
I'm thinking ahead. I'm thinking, we're kind of moving out of the wintertime thing. We're not going to have a whole lot more winter fish. That's why that's not why I'm casting my vote for C. There's a couple of different reasons, but that's one of the reasons that's kind of leaning me in that direction. Also, I'll be completely honest with you. A and B are my neck of the woods kind of stuff, and I want my black drum and my snook on the Wall of Fame. So I'm biased.
Nice.
I'm shitty like that. All right, guys, counting up the votes. It looks like our winner this week is going to be, for the third time, Father and Son Fishing. I think it's the third. Yeah, Father and Son Fishing. Fish Guy Josh got himself a third win. Photographer of the week. Sir, thank you so much for what you're doing, man, because we're enjoying seeing you on here.
There you go. He's telling you how to do it.
Yeah.
He's giving you the hint.
Game on, man. I'm gonna make this out. I'm gonna beat that drum. Joaquin, Mr. Lopez. I apologize because I'm just gonna screw names up here. So if you join us in our Discord server, the link is in the description of the video down below. We have a couple of channels that are all dedicated to like the photos, to saltwater, lake fishing, all the different kinds of fishing that we do. If you submit your photos in there throughout the week, that's all you need to do. I have my guys collect up all those photos. We put them into a slideshow, and then everybody here votes. So if you want to win, you bring your friends in, to help with the vote and everything.
That's right.
But yeah, congratulations, Father Son Fishing. Man, appreciate having you, and thank you so much. Congratulations to all you guys. Vinny, Gibnoob, you guys are awesome, and we really appreciate you sharing your experiences with us. It's nice for the rest of us that have to suffer through AI, generated mayhem in order to have a little bit of some kind of claim to fame for the week. It's nice to be able to, enjoy real people doing real things. Also, a huge pat on the back. Wild Japan, Gunpoint, and Cold Water Species Enthusiasts, you guys are our waitlisters for this week. Really appreciate you guys doing all the posting that you're doing and, again, letting us live vicariously through the things that you're doing.
Right.
Now, it is that time. Guys, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I really appreciate having you here. Appreciate being able to hang out with you and enjoy a little decompression on a Tuesday afternoon after, Mondays and Tuesdays. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We appreciate having you here. Hope you have a wonderful weekend, and we look forward to seeing you when we do this all over again next Tuesday. Please consider subscribing. Join us in the Premier Fishing and Hunting Discord server, and we will catch you guys next week.
Have a great week.